what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of we're going to do a bit of a sword yoga sequence, just like a few poses. Not yet, we'll come to that. I'll give you the warning. If you've got a sword, brilliant. If you don't, just do it without a sword. So just keep the arms active and sort of energy flowing through the fingers. But what we'll do is we're going to come laying on the mat, back on the mat, coming all the way down. Bring the knees out wide and bring the hands to rest gently on the belly. I'm just going to let a couple more people in. Brilliant. All right, one more person. I'm going to mute all. Okay. All right, fantastic. We've got a couple more people that have joined us. So just before we go any further, obviously I can't physically adjust you and it's harder for me to see you. If you've got any injuries, please be mindful, be kind to your body, listen to your body, lose the ego. It's not about how far you go, it's how you go. If you're in any pain, come out of a pose. And I'll give you modifications and variations. If you've got any things that you do yourself that are safe, then go for it. So let's start, knees out wide, so we're opening up the hips. Bring the hands to gently rest on the belly. If this is too uncomfortable, bring the feet flat, totally fine. I'm going to come into our breath. So for the first few, I want you to inhale through the nose, and when you exhale, just sigh out through the mouth. So just trying to release any tension that you may be carrying in the body. Just bringing yourself into the practice. And then just continue to come back to your breath, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. And let's breathe all the way in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. And just bringing your awareness into the breath. Just bringing ourselves onto the mat. Bringing ourselves into the moment. And as you breathe in, just feel that belly rise as the rib cage expands away from the midline. And as you breathe out, gently drawing back towards the mat. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. And even on days when you're not doing yoga, take out a few moments just to breathe in and breathe out. Especially if you're working from home, there may be a tendency to become a bit slouchy. You might not have the safest workstation. Just taking care of your body and your breath. And at any time during the practice, you feel your mind wander or drift, don't worry, just draw it back to the breath as many times as you need. It's not easy to slow down that monkey mind. You're also busy and anxious at times. Just try to slow it down. Just paying attention to how your body's feeling today. I'm going to let someone else in. Okay, so just make sure if you're coming in that you've got your microphone on mute. We're just laying on our backs, hands on the belly, just working with the breath for a few more moments. And we're just going to move our awareness to the chest and the shoulders now. So you can take the hands there if that's comfortable. And as you inhale, get a sense of lifting and opening the heart. Exhale as we draw it back to the mat. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Just notice how your body's feeling. See if you've got any aches, any pains, any stiffness. We've got someone else coming in. Hey guys, if you've just come in, just make sure you mute the mics. And we're just laying on the back, knees out wide, hands just resting on the belly or the shoulders, the chest, whatever's comfortable. And we're just coming into the breath. So we're breathing in, breathing out. And just bringing our awareness now to the body and how it's feeling. So if you've got any aches, any pains, any stiffness, just being kind to yourself. Maybe breathing a little deeper into those parts. And also just bringing your awareness to the shoulders. We often carry a lot of tension in the shoulders. I know I do at times. So on the exhale, just see if you can release any tension. And we're now going to move our awareness to the whole body. So if it helps you to visualize looking down at yourself, then please do that. And as you inhale, see if you can get a sense of breathing in through the whole body and breathing out through the whole body. Just remember this breath throughout the practice. It will help you flow. It will help you balance. It will help you be grounded. Let's take a couple more breaths. And when you're ready on the next inhale, just bring the knees in towards each other and just draw each knee into the chest. And give yourself a nice little hug and a gentle rock from side to side. And just as a quick heads up, the class is meant to be 45 minutes, but I think we'll go a few minutes over if that's all right. You can always just leave when you want, but just because we had a few latecomers, I want everyone to get a nice flow. Bring the feet flat on the mat. Take hold of the heels. Just make sure you can brush the fingertips against the heels. Arms by the side. And we're going to inhale as we lift the hips, coming into our bridge pose. So remember that we're pressing the feet into the mat. We're engaging the quads here. You can engage the glutes a little bit. That's absolutely fine. And just breathe with it. And try to keep the knees towards each other. So start engaging those inner thigh muscles, the adductors. Let's take a nice big inhale. And exhale to release. Slowly come to the mat. We're going to bring both legs up in the air. So we're going to press the feet towards the ceiling. So we're flexing the toes towards the face. So start engaging those hamstrings, those muscles at the backs of the legs. If there's any pain, just ease out of it. We're going to point the toes towards the sky and flex towards the face. If you want to mimic the same thing with the hands and the arms, you can do like so. So we're just opening up the wrists and the ankles. And just take a few rotations in both directions. Nice. And you can curl the toes, you can curl the fingers. It's entirely up to you. And slowly coming back to stillness. We're going to gently open the legs out wide. Take your time working into the groin and the thigh muscles now. Just come as far as it's comfortable for you. And take a little rock on the lower back and the pelvis if that's comfortable. Just enjoy that sensation. Just notice how it feels. See if you can bring a bit more space. Slowly coming back. And let's open that wide again and just take the hands up as well. Bring the chest up and shoot the fingers between the legs. And back. And let's take a couple more. One more time. Slowly bringing the legs together, chest down, and draw the knees in. Just take another little hug, gentle rock from side to side. Now we're going to do a few abs exercises now. So bring the feet up again. We're going to bring the arms to the side, and we're going to take our leg raises. We're working into the lower abs. Now what you might want to do is you might want to put your hands, tap those parts of the body that you're engaging. You might find it motivating. We're going to gently lower the legs. So you can tap the abs. I like doing that. It makes me feel like I'm working them a little bit and lift up. And lower. So take your time, nice and slow with control. Find your hover point and lift. Don't forget to breathe. You should feel that in the lower ab region. Abs exercises are crucial for helping us with lower back pain. They help us lengthen through the spine. They help with our posture. If you want to mix it up a little bit and start working into the obliques, you can go over to the left, engage in those obliques, take it over to the right. Remember to do this nice and slow. Breathing in, breathing out. I'm going to take 4 more, wherever you are. One more time. And then when you're ready, slowly draw the knees in. Give the thighs a bit of a squeeze. Nice little hug, gentle rock from side to side. We're going to bring the feet onto the mat. And we're going to continue with the abs. And this time we're going to work on the obliques. Those are the side abs. And what we're going to do is we're going to do heel touches. So we're going to come over to the right, touch the right heel, lift the chest, come through center, over to the left. So you can just take a look if it's unclear. Work with the breath. You should feel this. Let's keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Woo! So hopefully you can feel something happening there. Just take a couple of nice big breaths here. And we're going to do our final abs exercise. So keep the knees bent, feet nicely grounded on the floor. We're going to tilt the pelvis towards the belly. So just think of it as a bowl. We're just tilting it towards the upper body. So you should feel that dip in the belly area. You should also feel the lumbar spine pressing against the mat. Just notice for a moment how that feels. That is what we want to keep pressing against the mat during this exercise. So keep that in mind. I'm going to take a nice big inhale and exhale. And as you inhale, just lift up. You can take the feet off, the legs off, the chest. It's entirely up to you. You can straighten the legs, but keep that lumbar spine pressing. Engage the core. Let's breathe in, breathe out. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale to release. Hug it in. We're going to do that 2 more times. So remember that lumbar spine. You can add any variations you want. So you can float the legs side to side. You can float the legs up and down. You can even keep working the obliques, going left, going right. Let's set up one more time. Tilt that pelvis towards the belly. Check yourself here. We're going to inhale and lift off. So do whatever you want with your arms. You can bring them behind you. Let's hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. I'll get in. We're going to take a couple of breaths. And we're going to do that one last time. Slowly tilt that pelvis. Take a couple more breaths. And inhale, lift off, your choice. Just take one more inhale. Exhale to release. Hug it in. And we're going to have a nice big stretch. So bring the toes, point away from the body, fingertips all the way up. And we're going to roll over onto our bellies. So just take your time, adjust yourself, bring yourself onto the mat. And we're going to take a quick counter pose. So hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to press the tops of the feet into the mat. And as you inhale, we're going to come up into our up dog pose. So this is a good counter pose to when you've been doing a little bit on the abs. So just take a few breaths out. Really feel that breath all the way in. Out. We're going to tuck the toes under, lift the hips up and bring yourself into a child's pose, just for about 3 breaths. And we're going to inhale as we come up into our tabletop position. So we want to have the hands nice and flat, wrists below the shoulders, knees below the hips. So hands spread out nice and wide. We're going to come into some cat-cow breaths. So the way that's going to work is we're going to inhale, we tilt the pelvis away from the belly, draw the belly towards the mat. We're going to bring the shoulders in towards each other, gaze comes up. As you exhale, reverse that motion, draw the pelvis towards the belly, slowly start to round the shoulder blades, take the gaze down. So notice how I'm doing it really slowly, working with the breath. This is a really nice, juicy little exercise for the spine and also for the neck and the whole body. Again, just be noticing what's happening with your body. If you've got any pain in the shoulders, maybe take it a little bit easy. Alternatively, you might like a nice stretch. I'm going to try and avoid those natural hinge points, for example, at the base of the spine, with the sacrum. Sometimes people pinch from there. Just working with your own breath. Just carving back to your neutral spine. And what we're going to do is we're just going to walk the hand a little bit in front of us and bring the chest towards the mat and bring the chin towards the mat. I'm going to come into what's called a puppy pose. You can just take a look if you're not sure. This is a really nice, juicy shoulder stretch. Slowly come up on the inhale. So just take your time. And we're going to slowly bring the bum back towards the heels. So tap the toes under. We're working into the toes now, so you should feel that. And we're going to inhale. We lift the arms up, take the gaze up. Exhale to lower. Let's take a couple more. Nice. And take a few shoulder rolls in both directions. And we're going to bring the hands on the hips and we're going to lift up. So we're just coming onto the knees now. And we're going to bring that right foot in front of us. So bending into that right knee. And we're going to take a nice little side twist. So bring the left hand onto the mat next to that right foot. And just take your right hand and just check that left shoulder blade. You want to stabilize it. Make sure it's stable. And then we're going to inhale and take a nice little twist over to the right. And you can take that right arm up, or you can bring the right hand to the back of the skull, just to help you with that twist. Option to lift that left knee, your choice. Take one more inhale, and exhale 2 release. Come back to center, and we're going to bring that right foot back to join the left. And bring the hands to the hips again, and this time we're going to bring that left foot out. Just be aware it might be different on this side. The right hand comes down this time. Bring the left hand, stabilize that shoulder. We need to look after the shoulders here. So just check the shoulder blade, check that it's nice and stable and strong. Option to lift that left hand up or take it behind the skull to encourage you into that twist and support you. Option to lift right knee off the mat. Remember to breathe. Let's take one big inhale. And exhale to release. Come down with control and slowly bring that left knee back. Right. We're going to do our sword yoga, swoga sequence. So if you haven't got the sword, don't worry. Just keep the arms active. So take your sword if you've got it. We're going to come up. We're going to bring that right knee forward. And we're going to take the sword straight out in front of us. So this is what's called posta longa. So for those of you that practice fiore, so posta longa. So it's a nice strong pose. And again, without the sword, just active fingers. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to bring the bum back towards that left heel and bring the sword into frontale. So keep it nice and strong. Let's inhale it back, lift the bum up, coming into posta longa. A nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, bring the bum back and take yourself into your bicorneo pose. Remember, the elbows are coming a little bit in towards the upper body. So if you haven't got a sword, you can do a variation like this. You can bring one elbow into the nook of the other elbow. So that's quite strong for the shoulders. Let's take a couple more breaths here. Remember, you're working into the hamstrings as well here. Inhale, bring it back into your posta longa. And this time, we're going to come into a little bit of a side lunge. So take your time. We're going to bring ourselves to the inside of that left foot. Lift that left knee back. And we're going to come into a finestra. So remember having the sword at eye level, facing your opponent. Coming onto that left heel, nice and strong. As you inhale, lift all the way up, coming into sinestra on the other side. So we're bending into the left knee. Let's take one more all the way back, sinestra. Bending into the right knee. Hold it here, nice deep breaths. I'm going to inhale it back one more time into your sinestra. So we're bending into that left knee. And we're slowly going to bring it forward, bending into that left knee again, posta longa on the other side. So we're just coming the other way. Let's bring the bum back and come into frontale. So nice and strong. You should feel it in that left hamstring. Let's come forward again, posta longa. Let's take it back, bum to the right heel, coming into your bicorneo pose. Remember the variation without the sword, it's entirely your choice. Let's come back, posta longa, one more time. And this time we're going to inhale, we're going to come all the way up. We're going to sweep that sword straight over to the right side. And we're going to be bending into that right knee. Lift the left arm up, take the gaze over to the left fingertip. So we're coming into a warrior two variation. Take the left arm behind the back. And we're going to reverse that warrior. So lift up, stretching into that right side. We're going to inhale, let's come back, warrior two, and slowly drop that right elbow to the right knee. And just have the sword pointing up and take the left fingers up towards the sky. And let's inhale, come back, take hold of the other end of the sword, bring the toes to the pointing away from the body into your goddess pose. I'm going to just sit into the bum, slightly bending into the knees and lift up. I'm just going to pulse it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. And just slowly bring the sword back to the mat and use this as an opportunity to have a nice little forward fold. So bring the hands to the waist if you need that extra support. And just slowly bring the hands to the mat if that's available. And just enjoy this for a couple of minutes. And when you're ready, we're going to slowly start heel-toeing the feet towards each other. Bend the knees if you need to, so don't force anything here. And just come into a nice forward fold. In your own time, just safely walk yourself to the top of the mat. So you're still in your forward fold. You can take hold of opposite elbows, bend the knees if you need to support the back and the hamstrings. Swing it out, shake the head, nod the head. Just relax the back here. And when you're ready, just come to your stillness. Take the hands wherever they reach, whether it's the big toes, the knees, the thighs. And as you inhale, just lift the chest, straighten the arms. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. Let's take one more. And slowly, slowly, we're going to start coming all the way up. Take your time. Take the hands all the way up. Come onto the tippy toes. Shoot those fingers towards the sky. Nice big stretch. And release. And just take a few shoulder rolls here. It's really good so far. So it's been quite strong practice. So just do what you can. Listen to your bodies. Any comments, any questions, please drop me a message after the class. We're going to come into Tadasana, mountain pose. So feet together or apart. You want to lift those toes up, spread them out as you bring them back to the mat. So have a look at your feet, nice and grounded. Shoulders away from the ears, arms by the side. Don't be afraid to hear your breath, that slight constriction at the back of the throat, that ujjayi breath, ocean-like breath. Imagine there's a piece of string pulling the crown of the head towards the ceiling. So nice and tall. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale. We're going to inhale to rise. Take those arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward from the hips. Inhale as we lift up halfway. So fingertips or shins. Exhale as you step back with the right, step back with the left, coming into your plank pose. We're going to hold this for a little bit longer. Press the hands into the mat. If you feel the hips are dipping, then just engage the core, get that lift. Draw the heels away from the body. So think mountain pose. This is still a nice strong pose. Let's take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to lower down. So you can drop the knees first, otherwise elbows in towards the ribs. Watch out for the shoulders. Inhale as we open the heart. Tops of the feet. Nice and open. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Lift those hips up. And just find your dog. Pedal the feet, bend the knees. Do you want the shoulders away from each other? A nice big space. Take the gaze behind you, between the feet, towards the navel. We're going to inhale as we lift the heels away from the mat. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take 3 lion breaths here. So when you exhale, just open the mouth, stick the tongue out, and let it all go. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale, take the gaze between the hands. We're going to step or walk, feet to hands. We're going to inhale as we lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, come back to Tadasana. Let's take a few shoulder rolls here in both directions. Just come back to the breath. Nice deep inhale. You're going to inhale to rise. Take the gaze up. Exhale, fold forward from the hips. Inhale as we lift up halfway. Exhale as we step back into our plank pose. Now you've got choices here. You can stay here or you can lift the left hand off, coming into a side plank like so. You want to take it a little bit further? You can bring the left knee into the elbow and release. Knee to elbow and release. Don't worry if you fall or wobble. And the idea is to try and keep that right hip nice and strong, nice and lifted, engage the core. Let's take it 2 more times. And release. Bring that left arm down, come back into your plank pose. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, let's lower through chaturanga. Don't go beyond 90 degrees when you bend down. You don't want to stick too much weight into the front of the shoulders. Come back into downward facing dog. We're going to inhale that right leg in the air. Flex the toes, spread that foot out. As you exhale, bend the right knee, bring the right foot between the hand, drop the left knee. We're going to inhale as we sweep the arms up. You can add a little back bend here if it's in your practice. Nice active fingers. And as you inhale, lift the back knee, sweep the arms behind you, arrow lunge. Keep the core nice and straight, then collapse into that right knee. And inhale, let's go back, low lunge, sweep the arms up, knee comes down. And let's take arrow lunge again. And sweep. And lift. And sweep. And we're going to lift one more time for arrow lunge. And we're going to take that left foot and just tuck it in a couple of inches. We're going to bring the hands to the mat in front of you. Lift that left leg up into your standing splits. And if you want to have a little bit of fun, you can try releasing the hands to the right leg. Just give it a little try. Don't worry if you fall out of it. Press that right foot into the mat. And when you're ready, we're going to slowly bring that left foot to meet the right foot at the front of the mat. We're going to inhale, we lift up halfway. And exhale to fold. Stay here for a couple of breaths, just enjoy that fold. And let's inhale to rise all the way up, nice and tall. Exhale, come back into Tadasana. Let's take a few shoulder rolls. Just check in on yourself, see how the body's feeling. We're going to work through to the other side. We're going to inhale to rise, float the arms up. Exhale, let's fold forward from the hips, bend the knees if you need to here. We're going to inhale, we lift that halfway. Exhale as you step back into your plank pose. So remember, you can stay here or you can lift that right arm off, coming into your side plank. Option to bring the right knee to the right elbow and lift. See if you can do it, keep it nice and strong, engage the core here. Let's just take two more. And bring it back into your plank pose. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, bend the elbows in towards the body here. So remember, we're not coming out wide, we're not working the pecs. We're going to open the heart here. As you exhale, lift the hips, come into your downward facing dog. We're going to inhale that left leg in the air. Stretch that foot, spread it nice and wide. Exhale, bend the left knee, bring the left foot between the hands, drop the right knee. We're going to inhale as we sweep the arms up. Nice and tall. So feel that length in the upper body here. And as you inhale, we're going to lift the right knee, sweep the arms behind us. Arrow lunge. So nice and strong. Inhale, drop it. Drop the knee with the arms. Let's come back. Arrow lunge. Float with the breath. Come down. Arrow lunge. Come down. And then one more time into our arrow lunge. And this time, we're going to chuck that right foot in just slightly. And we're going to frame that front foot. Lift the right leg up this time for your standing splits. And you can have a go at releasing that left hand. So it might be different on this side. And when you're ready, we're going to slowly bring that right foot to meet the left. Take a nice deep inhale as you come up for your halfway lift. Exhale, let's fold it. And let's stay here for a couple of breaths. And let's inhale as we float all the way up. Exhale, come back into Tadasana. Let's take a couple of shoulder rolls here. So we're nearly there. We've got about 10 minutes or so maybe, because we're going to go slightly over if that's all right. Just want to get a couple more things in. We'll just take a few more shoulder rolls. That's more for my benefit really. A little bit of a tight right shoulder here. And we're going to come into our chair pose. So Utkatasana pose. So remember your alignment here. If you want to bring the feet a little bit wider, then that's absolutely fine. And we're not going to be relying on that sticky up bum to sit down. We're going to be zipping up through that midline, nice and strong. And try to keep the knees in line. We're going to inhale as we dip and sweep. Active fingers coming into chair pose. Sink a little deeper into that imaginary chair. Press the feet into the mat. We're going to bring the hands to heart center. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to twist it over to the right. So try and bring that heart nicely open towards the right. Don't force that twist. Nice deep breaths. Take one more inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Release the arms. Bring them back to heart center. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, twist over to the left. Keep that heart nice and open. We're nearly there, guys. Take one more inhale. Exhale, come back to center and release. Hands to the mat. Come into your forward fold. We're going to inhale as we lift up halfway. Exhale. Bring the hands towards the mat. Step back into your plank pose. Just hold it here for a couple more breaths. Now you've got the option of coming into child's pose. If you want to try something quickly before you do that, we're going to lift that left arm off the mat, coming into our three-limbed plank, or you can also lift that right foot. Just have a little go, and then try the other side. So right arm comes off, left leg comes up. So it's quite a nice strong pose. And when you're ready, just drop back into child's pose. We're just going to stay here for 3 breaths. And when you're ready, slowly bring yourself up, lift the hips up, downward facing dog. So we're going to take 3 more lion's breaths here, so nice and big. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, take the gaze between the hands. We're going to step or walk feet to hands. We're going to inhale as we lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise through Hastasana. Gaze to the sky. Exhale, come back into Tadasana. Let's just take a few breaths here. We are almost there. Thank you very much for sticking with me. Hopefully, I'm checked. Just take a few more shoulder rolls here. I'm just going to see how everyone's doing. Brilliant. We haven't lost anyone, so that's a good sign. Right, so we're going to come to another little sequence. So just bear with me. I know we are going to run over, so I do apologise for that. But you can blame it on the people that were late. I'm only joking. We're going to come into a sequence. I'll just run it past you first. You're going to come into tree pose. So that's going to be this, blah, blah, blah. And then from tree pose, we're going to, don't worry if you fall out of it or you wobble. We're going to bring the hands back to heart center. We're going to come into our warrior 3. And then we're going to tap the heel, come back into warrior 3, tap the heel, come back. And then we're going to bend the knees into each other and come all the way to the mat. And we're just going to do a little thing, and then we're going to come all the way up. So work with me on this. Don't worry if you get it wrong. I might forget my coordination as well. It's just a little funky sequence. So just take a couple more breaths and have a bit of water. It's very hot. And you'll notice that you might be different on one side. It doesn't really matter, but you're usually stronger on one side. So let's just, for the purposes of the demo, start off by lifting up the right leg. So do whichever one you want. Find a point of focus, a little dot on the wall or something. Bring that right foot in towards that left thigh. Over the knee, under the knee, toes touching the mat, but never on the knee. Hands to heart center. And then release that tree when it's available. So just let it be free. And we're going to slowly bring the hands to heart center. And this time we're going to gently release that right foot. Bring that knee in just towards the chest slightly. And we're going to start pivoting forward from the hips, coming into our warrior three. You might need to shift your gaze, find something to look at on the floor ahead of you. You can bring the arms behind you or out in front. If you lift that right leg, it really does help that balance. And then we're going to lift up, touch the right toes to the back of the left heel, and come back, warrior three. Let's do it again. Right toes to left heel, and let's come back one last time into warrior three. And this time, we're going to start bending the knees, putting the right knee inside the left knee, and slowly come all the way to the mat. And what you want is the left leg over the right leg. Don't worry if the knees aren't perfectly in line. It really doesn't matter. And we're going to bring that left arm behind us towards the shoulder blades. And we're going to inhale as we lift the right arm up. So nice and tall, and bring it behind you as well. And you can meet the hands if that's available, or grab the t-shirt. So this is quite nice for the shoulders. Inhale as you lift and lengthen. And you can hinge forward if you want to take it into a deeper stretch, but you will feel that on the outside hip. And we're going to exhale to release, just shake it up. We're going to bring ourselves back to the mat. And we're going to take that left leg behind, take the right leg behind, coming into downward facing dog. And exhale, gaze between the hands, step or walk, feet to hands. We're going to inhale, you lift up halfway, exhale to fold. Inhale to rise through Hastasana, nice and tall. Exhale, come back into Tadasana. Take a few breaths, few shoulder rolls. We've just got one more bit, and then we'll come down to the mat. You can shake it out, whatever you need. So we're going to do the other side, so just be aware of any difference. So I'm going to bring my left foot up. I'm going to bring it in towards that right thigh. Hands to heart center. And when you're ready, if you want, open that tree. And we're slowly going to bring the hands back to heart center. Gently release that foot and just tuck that knee in towards the chest just briefly. I'm going to start pivoting forward from the hips. Don't worry if you wobble, take the hands behind or in front. And we're going to lift up left toes to the right heel. And lift. Lift up to the right heel. One more time back into our warrior three pose. Get that lift in that back leg. It helps the balance. And this time we're going to bend the knees towards each other, coming all the way down to the mat. On the other side. I'm going to bring the right hand behind, between the shoulder blades, the left arm comes up. And see if you can join the hands. If you don't, doesn't matter. See, I'm tighter on this side, so I can't join the hands so much. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Option to hinge forward. We're almost there, guys. Let's take one more inhale. And exhale to release. And just shake it out. We're going to bring the legs out in front of us. And just give them a nice little squeeze. Come all the way. Take it all the way up. Shoulder rolls. And we're going to bend the knees, bring the feet flat onto the mat. So we're going to come into our final pose now, Shavasana, corpse pose. So this is probably the most important pose. You can come down safely, or you can engage the core a little bit just towards the end, coming all the way to the mat. Give yourself a nice big stretch. Squeeze everything. Squeeze your face, your toes, your legs, your glutes, your chest, your arms. And as you exhale, just release. So we'll be here for a couple of minutes. Feel that space in the armpits. And when you're ready, we're just going to start deepening the breath. And slowly starting to wriggle the fingers and the toes. Gently rotating the ankles and the wrists. Just bringing a bit of life back into the body. When you're ready, just bringing the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a nice little hug. And take any little stretches that you need. It's up to you. And then when you're ready, we're going to slowly roll out onto the side. And bring ourselves up into our comfortable cross-legged position. So you can keep the eyes closed and the face soft. You can come into a lotus, it's entirely up to you. You can bring the hands to heart center, and we're going to end with our 3 clearing breaths. So we're going to breathe in through the nose and just exhale gently out the mouth. And slowly bringing the thumbs up to the third eye between the eyebrows, if that's been your practice. And just thanking yourself for showing up on the mat today, being proud of yourself for your achievements and your practice. And also thank you for joining me on this journey. The inner light in me will always, always honor the inner light in each and every one of you amazing people. Thank you so much for today's practice. And I hope to see you on the mat again sometime. Thank you. We went a few minutes over, it wasn't too bad. All right, brilliant. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Shab.
Thank you.
All right, that was good. Let me know if you've got any feedback, and I'll do another one next week if you guys are up for it.
Definitely.
Yep.
Brilliant. Thanks so much for joining. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.
Yes.